What's up, guys? It's your Money Cat. Happy Saturday. I'm glad the election is over and behind us. Now with that out of the way, there should be a little bit less volatility and we can depend a little bit more on technical analysis. Today we're going to look at stock AMD, stock symbol AMD, and take a look at what it's been doing. This is a 180-day 4-hour time frame chart for AMD. We're going to zoom in right here. Last time we talked about how around this level, around 74, 75-ish, that is a very strong level of support because AMD has been channeling between that level and upper level of around 86, 87 or so. AMD did hold ground at that level and it actually bounced up really nicely, and now it's reaching almost the top resistance level of $86. Thankfully, the stock played out pretty much how we thought it would. So now the question is, where is it headed, right? We don't care where it's been, we care where it's headed towards in the future. Just like how I thought this support level was strong because the channel has been lasting for a couple months, same thing applies to this level of resistance. It is a very strong one. However, if we are able to clear it, then really the next level of resistance is all-time high at $94.28. And that is about 10% gain from where the stock is at right now. With the post-election momentum right now, and on election years in general, the market does tend to pick itself up nicely after election. I think this all-time high level is definitely within the reach. So I'm leaning towards AMD breaking above the resistance at 87 and shooting towards its all-time high. Even if AMD gets rejected at this resistance level, I would expect something like a little dip and then reversing back to breaking above that resistance at 87. If AMD does get rejected at the resistance level here, then I'll be keeping my eye on the 50-day moving average, and as long as the price remains above that, I think AMD may dip a little bit, but eventually it will reverse again and head towards all-time high. If AMD breaks below the 50-day moving average, then we do have the gaps to fill, so likely it'll be headed towards the bottom. There's always a chance that it does get rejected and goes back all the way to the bottom of this channel again, which would signify that we'll be seeing AMD channeling within this range for the foreseeable future. If it does do that, then again, this zone of strong support will be a good buying opportunity. I actually added AMD to my long-term portfolio last week because AMD has been executing very well. And on top of that, they bought Xilinx, which signifies to me that they're staying hungry. They want more. I'd rather own a company that's constantly hungry, that's going on the offense, rather than a company who's playing not to lose. And you see this in sports all the time. If a team has a giant lead going into the last quarter and they're now playing not to lose instead of continuing to do what got them the lead in the first place, then those are the times when they give up the giant lead and lose that game. So we'll also look at the 1-year chart for a little bit of long-term perspective. Again, AMD has been channeling within this range for a couple months, but in the meantime, the MACD has dropped all the way from the top to now bottom, and it did cross over, so perhaps it'll be headed upward. RSI is headed upward, which is a good sign. So here's how I like to look at it when I look at the chart with long-term perspective. So these signals are now in a much more favorable position compared to the beginning. RSI was overbought, very high. MACD was very high, but now MACD is in a great position. RSI is a little bit lower and headed in the right direction. And in the meanwhile, the price has held steady, which means we can expect something like the initial expansion, price holds steady while the signals cool off, and when the signals are right, it goes into another expansion. So that's my outlook on AMD for long term. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more stock analysis. This has been your Money Cat, and I'll see you next time.